4080. Industry rule number 4080. Record company people are shady. Industry rule number 4080. Record company people are shady.
That's where our culture gets in trouble while this conversation has legs. Because a lot of people are saying, I'm using the doctor example again now, okay? That I'm gonna start cutting people. I'm gonna start. You know what? I think if I get some bat venom, okay, and I get some vitamin C, and I get some, and I'm melted outside with some CO2, I think I have the vaccine. Because it came from bats, right? So if it came from bats, I'll get some bats, I'll mix up some vitamins, and that should be the vaccine, right? That's how they're making some of these films. That's how some of these are approaching these rap records. They're kind of doing that thought process. Now, what I'm saying is that the difference is that respectfully, and I'll say this very carefully, right? And this is why. Watch this.
I keep trying to raise my hand.
Watch this.
I keep thinking we're in the garage. I'm trying to raise my hand.
But here we go. We got one. Because I'm gonna give it to you. Okay?
I can't raise my hand.
Because here's what's different, right? And this is why Ken's in the corner. Not in a bad way. Ken's like respecting us, okay?
Right.
Because here's what's happened. You have gone to school for filmmaking. Lou has gone to school. Listen.
That's called classically
I'm getting to the point. Lou has gone to school for engineering. Okay. I have gone to school to play instruments. So when I start talking music, I'm not speaking out my doctor's ass of wanting to cut on Thursday.
Gotcha.
When you talk about making a film, you're not talking out your doctor's ass about doing surgery on Friday.
Right.
When Lou's talking about editing, he's not talking out his ass about, I'm going to give you cough medicine that's going to make you feel better tomorrow. It comes from a place of education, information, and studying. That makes it valuable. That's why we speak with such tones of voice. That's why you said, I'm ill, because your ass went to school. Okay? On top of the fact that you're talented.
Right.
But you just can't, but you have to have both, okay?
Right.
Not everybody's touched by the hand of God with certain situations. You can be, and part of you being touched by the hand of God could be the fact that you wanted to go to goddamn school.
Right. That was listen, I would have been doing film even if I didn't go to school.
Okay?
As if the school was just saying, hey, listen, I want to know everything. I don't want to know half the thing that I think I know. I want to know everything. So I need to go to school.
This would if we had a place to stop and say turn it off, that would be it right there. Because you just said the phrase. I had the wherewithal to say, I want to learn it all.
Right.
That's it. That's all I'm with.
Okay. I didn't want nobody telling me that ain't right. Well, yeah, it is right because I know it's right. So I didn't want that somebody telling me that. But here's the thing. All these filmmakers out here right now, and there's tons of them, and we're talking short clips, we're talking short films, we're talking features, we're talking episodics.
Right.
Every level, there's a lot of them. And there's a lot of them. Some of them are classically trained. A lot of them are not. Doesn't mean that shit is horrible. This shit is still hot. But my point is, the game has changed so much where everybody's a filmmaker, director, so-called, and so it's the game has changed within the last 10 years because of the internet, because of the accessibility to cameras, because of streaming, all of that. And so does that mean you're at the A level because you can do it in your garage? No, that just means that you have access to get it out there and people can see it and respond to it, right? The guy who, oh man, I forgot the name of his episodic. I think Tidal picked it up. Jay-Z picked it up. He's from Brooklyn. And he did an episodic and it was hot. I forgot the name of it. It was hot. Everybody knows what I'm talking about. But it was hot. And I don't know what happened to him, but I don't know if he was classically trained or he went to school or whatever. My point is, he did something from his garage, meaning on his own,
right,
and put it out there, and people responded to it. There's nothing wrong with that. And so the whole thing of the nigger film or the urban film, I'm not mad at those as long as they're done well.
Negra.
You know in 5 minutes whether you're going to watch this film.
No, hey, look. Sly and the Family Stone recorded every damn album in a beat-up damn garage where the sound was batshit upside down crazy, and people been trying to recreate that sound ever since.
I know that.
Okay, because it was the acoustics of the goddamn garage door. That's literally what it is. Same thing with Motown with them doing the music in the basement of the house. The house was as big as this room. Okay, and they put all the Temptations, every goddamn band member, and had Diana Ross hanging out with Barry Gordy recording the records.
Right.
On a four on something that was not even called a 4-track at that time.
Right.
Okay. It technically was like a 4-track, but nobody even knew what the hell it was, which is Barry saying, put this next to this one, and then turn this one off and turn this one on, and you actually can hear it. Like, things like, what the hell are you doing?
Right.
Right? So I got your point. So you gave the magical point. Okay. School or no school, education or no education, if it speaks to the people, then it works.
Yeah, you don't.
Then it works. That's
Fuck
like
school.
that's like
Listen.
a horrible. Please don't stick that. I'll take that with film. Just please don't do that shit with music no more.
Oh,
Like what you just said is perfectly fine. For film, I get it
but
because
don't do what with music
no, don't have that thought process with music.
in terms of.
If it just connects or run with it, don't do that stuff right here because we'll have like 25 little Nas X's out here and the fucking world won't survive.
But this is what's going on.
Scary as shit.
Is it not?
Scary as shit.
Everybody's a rapper.
Oh,
Back
God.
in the 90s, everybody was a
Oh,
rapper,
my
but
God.
now everybody's accessible.
Negro filmmaker now.
Yes,
It is
it's
true.
going to get worse. Guess what?
God
Yes,
damn, that damn
you're right.
iPhone.
And so,
That
I'm
goddamn
not mad at
iPhone.
it. Listen,
As soon as it hit 8, it's a goddamn
listen,
problem.
My phone, I can shoot a film on my phone tomorrow. I mean, these little shorts, these little comedy shorts, that don't get me. I don't think it's funny, but these little comedy shorts, everybody's doing it. It's fine. It's great. It's beautiful. But you have to, Jay-Z said it. You have to mind. He was like, yo, what do you think is good out there? Jigga said, yo, you got to mind for what's good. It's there, but you got to mind for it. Meaning, I got to skip through all the bullshit and mind for what's actually good. So
When you
that's what
say
have to do.
mine, you mean mine as in drill down?
Mine in terms of keep looking and drilling in the
Okay.
internet for something that's good.
Oh, jeez.
All these films out here,
100 Negro movies.
Oh, my
Find the
God.
one that-
I don't call them Negro movies. I don't like that
I'm being
term.
sarcastic on purpose because
I
I know
don't
it's
be-
triggering for you.
Right. No,
Yeah,
listen,
watch
some of those little urban films, go you watch Tubi. Some of those urban films, and people like them for whatever reason. I don't even watch them.
I think
But
they
some of those
watch some
films are great.
from straight bandwidth capacity. Like
Huh?
the brain has 30 minutes. I'm watching this little Negro movie for 20 minutes.
Bro,
Because I can't
if
sit
you can
I
get
can't sit here for
past
2.5
5 minutes,
hours.
You're watching the whole thing. If you can get
That's
past,
true.
what do they
That's
say?
true.
The first 10 minutes,
Podcast analytics
then you
take
should
that.
be watching the whole thing.
That's what podcast analytics say, so I'm good.
As- Yo, it's funny because
So we're going around. This is a great conversation. This is exactly what I wanted to have.
this is
Okay,
dope.
so for you yourself, okay, what do you feel is your driving force as far as what you've gotten out of this by doing what you've been doing, and then what you want to contribute to this because you've done it? So almost like that. Did you understand the question? Let me say it again. Okay, here we go. All right, so it's almost like if you listen to a Blueprint album by Jay-Z, right? You come
You
out
gotta
of
put it
it.
in the music terms,
Yeah,
don't you?
right. No, because we both have that same context. Okay, or no. Okay, here's a movie context. If you watch The Godfather, okay, and you recognize that you may want to do that, right? What would you get out of it that says, I want to do something like that? And then once you're doing it, right, what would you want to contribute to it? I'm going to give you one last example because I know I'm going all over the place. I'm going to have to get this edited, okay? If you're George Lucas, right? If you're George Lucas, right? If you're George Lucas, and you say, I want to create Star Wars, that's you putting something into it. You follow me? Because you're creating to the culture, right? Making it, right? But then once you're done, you come out of it and say, I'm not doing that anymore. I'm doing industrial light and magic now. I'm now doing great sound editing and great sound effects now. I'm more into that than I'm into filmmaking. That's what he's putting into the industry. You follow me? Compared to getting out of it of giving us a cult classic and Star Wars. So what would you get out of it? What would you put into it? It's like a deep question.
You mentioned George Lucas, you mentioned Godfather, which is
Coppola.
Coppola. You got to understand one thing about these guys you're mentioning. I'll say it slow. They were the first. So they created that lane.
Got it.
Right? There was no Star Wars before George Lucas. There was no Godfather.
Okay.
Yeah, there were gangster films, but there was no Godfather as we know it before Coppola. They created their own lanes.
Got it.
Right? So that's kind of weird. And then everything that you're talking about, the Starlight and
Industrial Light and Magic,
Industrial
Lucasfilms, right?
That's a span off of their creation, meaning they had that already. And then they created the film from that company, and then that company became prevalent in the industry. So you got to understand, they created lane. I'm all about lanes. I'm not about making a film. Oh, we're make a comedy. We're gonna make a gangster film. We're gonna make this. It's about a lane. You got to create a lane for yourself. What's the film? Blair Witch Project. Let's go there. It was a crappy film. But it made so much money because it was a crappy film, but it created a lane nobody did. Let's keep that 100. El Mariachi. It was a small film, $7,000. Sony bought it for fucking man, maybe quote that. I don't want to quote that. $1 million, maybe probably bought it for $1 million. That dude is a beast. Robert Rodriguez, he's a beast.
Right.
He's a fucking beast. Go for it.
There's only like, what was it, like a few of the Blair Witch Project movies, right?
Yeah, that's
Why
after.
are there 4 million Negro movies?
He's back to that.
Right, because those are crappy movies. Those are crappy movies. You can't make, if you're gonna make a Negro movie, as you say, hey, watch this.
Let me tell you something.
You ain't like Menace to Society? Menace?
That wasn't.
I did see Menace, yeah.
Was that a Negro movie?
Yes.
That was a Negro movie?
Yes.
Boys in the Hood was a Negro movie?
Yes.
So anybody with black people in it is a Negro movie?
No, what I'm saying.
Fences with Denzel was a Negro movie?
Okay. If we're talking about the genre of these low budget black experience, whatever the fuck movies,
Okay.
if we want to call that Negro movies, yes. But the point I was trying to make earlier is that
You're gonna have to pay us something because I know one thing for sure. As news finishes up, we're damn near trademarking what a Negro movie is. Nobody knew what that was before we got on this screen today. But be damned, they gonna walk out of here today and say that's a Negro movie.
I don't
Hashtag
believe in that.
Negro movie
I
is
don't
ours.
believe in that.
no. But what I'm saying is that from a philosophical level, right?
Mhm.
Those movies are portraying very stereotypical pieces of black experience.
No.
Right? No. Let me finish. I could say the same thing, right? Take the production quality out of the conversation, and the stories of Tyler Perry are very, very similar. You know what I'm saying? You have some black woman who's been
Wrong.
abused or wronged by some nigga who had some stature, right? She breaks up with the nigga. You know what I'm saying? And then the nigga that's fucking cleaning the lawn ends up being the special guy.
Talk about Baby Boy?
I'm talking.
That's John Singleton,
That's
but
Baby
okay.
Boy.
No, I'm talking about Medea, nigga.
Oh, probably. Yeah.
Tyler Perry.
Okay.
Right? It's the same.
Don't do
It's the
that.
same premise.
No.
And yes, Baby
no,
Boy
no,
is a high production quality Negro movie.
No. I disagree, and the reason I disagree is because of this. We this is right. Things are broken down into culture. Yes,
I am thoroughly enjoying this.
things are broken down into culture. That's our culture. If we want to talk about Baby Boy, a white person would have never thought about a script like Baby Boy because they don't have that in their culture. Menace, they would have never thought about a script about Menace because they don't have that in their culture.
And that's why
because we're doing our culture, don't diminish it to, oh, it's a bullshit hood flick.
So I think
New Line Cinema bought Menace. Baby Boy was bought by New Line Cinema. I don't know if that was New Line Cinema, but Baby Boy was a major distribution company. Okay, all these Dead Presidents, major distribution. These wasn't hood flicks. These were right here. They never got, like a lot of other films, never got Academy Awards.
There's
But
a higher conspiracy theory philosophy that I could give behind these companies buying movies like that.
Oh Jesus!
You know,
so
look,
Friday was a hood flick.
But I want to shoot another episode.
Friday was a hood
hold
flick?
off.
Absolutely. You seen the trailer for A Book for Jordan, A Journal for Jordan, with
A Journal for Jordan.
with
The documentary?
no, with Michael B. Jordan.
Yeah,
Oh,
Michael
my
B. Jordan.
bad,
Yeah,
Dad.
yeah,
What about it?
yeah.
What about it?
Now that is a
Watch this.
That is a motherfucking what's that TV station that plays all the romance shit that all the white people watch? All of the heartfelt love stories.
Lifetimes?
Hallmark.
Lifetime?
Huh?
Bravo?
Hallmark channel.
Hallmark.
Okay.
Right?
Yeah,
That's a
he would know.
Hallmark- That's a Hallmark channel.
He just
movie.
murdered you, Kitty.
That's a Hallmark channel.
No,
movie.
his father
Black
owned
folk.
mad fucking Hallmark stores, so he would know. Yeah.
That's
G in the
a
game.
That's a Hallmark level movie with black folks, right?
What?
But you
What's
have
the
to
name of
be Denzel Washington in order to get it done. Why?
So I'm gonna add 2 cents here, and I'm gonna let you
I don't
guys
know.
go back and forth. I'm having fun with this. Okay.
No.
I do think the negrosity level that happens in those movies gets lost within a qualitative sense, because I could tell you right quickly, like I'm 1,000% sure if the 4 of us or the 5 of us were in a room and we were all Italian, we'd be having the same exact conversation about Scorsese movies. Okay, because that's how hard he goes, because he's the culture. He knows the culture. That's what he does. When they want to do The Departed, they say they want to do they want to do certain movies. They say no, it's Scorsese does this movie. He knows the culture. I remember Denzel speaking about Fences when he directed Fences, right? And he was saying that, well, couldn't somebody like Steven Spielberg direct the movie? And he said this out loud. He says, yeah, but Steven Spielberg doesn't know what a hot comb feels like going through your
Culture.
hair.
Right.
Okay, and
Right.
and that reference is kind of where we're headed as far as how it makes sense, rather than criticize as a good, bad, or nigger or not nigger.
right.
Okay, because when Joe Pesci takes the pen and stabs the guy in the neck
Great.
in Goodfellas,
Great.
right? We're sitting back and we're saying that I'm not sure that if Spike Lee directed that, he would know to do that. Right? Whereas an Italian person would say that is some Italian shit to do. That's some Italian shit to do. Okay,
Imagine what-
stab motherfucker with a pen. So the quality of the negrosity level in these movies is what kind of plays into it, because that's the only difference between it being, too much or good. And that's why I'm using the mafia movies, because when Scorsese does Casino, when Scorsese does Goodfellas, when Scorsese does, what was the last one he did? We had De Niro, Pesci, the one with the Netflix. De Niro, Pesci. No, remember?
Not Departed.
Okay, the one with Joe Pesci,
I know what you're talking about.
with Jimmy Hoffa,
Detroit. Yep,
Okay,
Jimmy Hoffa. Yep,
That
Detroit.
was a very good movie.
That was dope.
Okay,
I don't know
but
if y'all-
again, but again,
What's the name of it? Oh,
the point that
shit.
we're bringing up is that, but Spike can't direct that.
Right.
Scorsese direct that, right?
Thank
So
you.
by the same token, John Singleton has to do Boys in the Hood.
Right.
Okay,
Right.
but it's
But
got,
it's at a high level.
but-
It's
but-
not Boys in the
but-
Hood
but-
with no
but-
money.
but-
It's at a high level.
But I do
You're
think,
bugging.
but I do agree with high level, because what we're doing is, as we do high level, we have a lot of doctors that want to cut without going to
John
school.
Singleton, rest in peace.
without going to school. We got a lot of doctors
John-
that's trying to commit surgery. They open up storefronts, the whole shit. Okay, they get urgent care centers, COVID, and the whole thing. They say we will do surgery in the back right now. That's what a lot of our film directors look like. So that part,
Question:
I do.
Was Black Panther a black movie?
Black Panther.
Black Panther.
What is it? What you saying?
Was it a black movie?
Yes.
Oh God! And so okay, he's done. Everybody that's black. If you have a black face on the screen, it was an urban black film. I'm done. That's Marvel Comics,
I
homeboy.
never
That was
said-
fucking $30
I
million,
never said-
$20 million.
See now.
You're bugging.
Now you're being educated film guy. I never said urban movie.
You keep
You
saying
said
a
Negro movie.
That's the same thing.
Negro.
That's worse.
The
That's
doctors
worse.
that ain't cutting. The
Yo, that's
doctors that ain't
worse.
going to school when they
That's
cutting.
worse, yo.
Oh
The
boy.
dude-
What I'm saying is that there could be doctors who went to school and
That's
know how to do the
worse.
cutting
Oh,
and
that's
still
so
be niggas.
bad. That's so bad. Wow.
That statement
Wow.
is
That's funny.
1000% true. Because you can have a studio engineer that has the studio, the engineer, the equipment, the second you put him behind the board, you're like, he is about to fuck up this song. He has no ear, right? He has no ear. Okay. He has no concept of what drum programming is. He can't sync a loop.
That's not.
I remember
Those guys.
I remember me and Kenny went to a studio, and we tried to loop up this one song. We tried to loop "I Need Your Lovin'" by Tina Marie. Okay, which is a straight 4-bar loop. Straight 4-bar loop. Boom, 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 boom. Actually, it's a 2-bar loop. After me just doing it right now. This fool who was charging us at that point in time $40 an hour, okay, was sitting here trying to loop this loop for 3 hours. So we $120 in, and we broke. And this loop is not sinking. You know what this fool had the nerve to say?
Well,
The drummer is off.
he knew what he was doing. Did what it did.
I sat back and I said, in my mind, I said, now here's me doing my film history thing. In my mind, I'm saying, this is Tina Marie. And this is a bass line. So one or two things is happening. Either Rick James is playing this bass line, or Rick James is in the room watching the bass player play the bass line.
Right.
Okay? Right. And Rick James one of the top 5 funk bass R&B players of his quote generation. So for this fool to look me in the face and say, the drummer must be off. This is a doctor that's trying to cut and didn't go to school.
Right.
We packed up our shit at that moment. Did we pay this motherfucker? I don't think we paid him. I think we walked out and said, I'm not paying you because that is some bullshit. Yeah, you just said right there.
He couldn't do
and
it.
we didn't go back to that studio ever the fuck again.
He couldn't
because
do it.
Because it's the doctor trying to cut without cutting. And they're trying to feed me the bullshit.
That's
all right,
crazy.
let me get into one last point, and then I'm not saying we'll wrap it. We'll see where we are, okay? We were talking off camera about the importance of film, and you spoke about the script, okay?
Mm-hmm.
And then there was also a conversation about audio and video. Give a synopsis of the importance of each element in the aspect of making something qualitative.
In terms of film?
Yes.
Well, I mean, the most important part of any script for young filmmakers out there, whoever's watching, is the script. You don't need anybody to write the script. It's just your idea. And then learn script formatting and how to write a script in format. Now you have to write, before it was, 75 pages, which is a script, anywhere from 75 to 120 pages. That's a script. That's a feature film. But now cats are doing episodics. If you want to do episodic, then you have to write 13 episodes, and then you have to have a Bible, which is called the Bible. And your Bible, your showrunner is supposed to have that Bible and know where to go in case the 13 episodes are reordered. We don't want another 13 episodes. Make sure you have your Bible, know where those characters are going. And so that's episodic writing, right? That never ends. It ends when they stop buying it from you.
Mm-hmm.
So there's two tiers of it. There's feature film script writing, and then there's episodic script writing. And so your characters in episodic are developed a little more. They have a longer track to where they're going. You know what they're going to do when they're 99 if you have your Bible. That's just, hey,
you know what they're doing.
Somebody keep Network X keeps buying it from me. No, even worse than bar. Network X keep nigga shit. What's that shit called? Eldris Aegis. What's up? Thank you.
The Wire.
That. Forget about the Godfather. That. You Eldris Aegis, The Wire.
That's true.
The Wire was how many years? How many episodes?
It ran five, 6 years.
Yeah,
but
that's 5 times 13.
But the point,
you do the numbers.
But the point about the Bible,
somebody had the Bible on that,
and where the characters are going. I get that point.
That's what episodic writing is.
Also, great writing too, because you don't know in episode 1 that Idris is going to be the breakout character.
You don't, of course not.
You know,
Nobody knows. They're gonna kill him at the
right? But remember, if you watch episode 1, 2, and 3, it's the Wood Harris show. Right, and then it's Wood Harris's vehicle.
And then how about homeboy with the scar? Omar.
Right, Omar's and right. 2 things you didn't know. You didn't know that Omar's going to be Omar.
Right.
Right, and you didn't know that Idris Elba's going to be the breakout quote next version of Denzel Washington to the females. Right. So with that, so that had to
know that at the time.
So within your Bible, you had to be on the fly and flip to do that, and that's absolutely perfect to write about that. Sopranos the same way.
Here's a question.
He's watched careful. Careful. That's Merkel saying everything. Here comes the sarcasm. Just letting you know. Careful.
Okay,
don't take the bait if it comes.
So why is it that, for the most part, that the makers of the Negro movies be writing their characters into brick walls?
Be what?
Writing their characters into brick walls.
What does that mean?
Meaning that in the course of, like, I have done sound editing on movies where the storyline of the character, you can see that, you know what, I wrote these first 10 pages, and then I picked up 11 to 20, in a completely different mind state without any reference to the first 10 pages that I wrote about this character. Like, it's disjointed. You don't see that in these movies in terms of the writing.
No, man, you're going too deep. I know. I don't know what you're talking about.
So I think,
I think
what you're saying. Again, I don't want to bounce back too much, but I give the character.
If it's a black film, it's a black film.
No, but
What are
see,
you
I
talking
think
about?
what happens sometimes, and I'll give a music analogy, right? Is that there's the actual recording of music, like an artist that makes records. Okay, that you're Ariana Grande, you're Giveon, you're making records, right? Right? Watch. No. But then there's also an aspect of respecting the fact that you like concerts and you like to see live performance, right? And then there's the other part where you like to see an actual show where they perform and they dance and they sing, and it may have less to do. May have less to do with the actual music, right? Because there's certain styles, like if it's African style, right? If it's African style, and stuff like that, the rhythm is the most important thing because the dance is the expression. Because dance is the expression, right? So I think within film, as I gave those baby analogies, right? Within film, there could be the perception of eyesight of all those different levels of how you look at the art form, right? Now, if you've done it and you've made it like us, like if you've done the music and you've recorded the music, you've made the music, there's an aspect of you saying, I know the music. Whatever the fuck you're saying is okay. So I think that's the same aspect of if you've made the films, right? There's an aspect of respecting that, yes, it's a Negro film, but this Negro film has good writing. This Negro film has a breakout character. This Negro film may have this, that, that. I'm using that because that's the term with trademark and saying I want my money. that's why I'm saying it. Because everybody says Negro film after this, I'm saying right now, YouTube, get the whatever, get our money, because ain't nobody using that film ever again. No, but I'm saying is that I respectfully understand how you see it in a 360 point of view, where you may be looking at it in a 90% angle point of view because of us not having to actually have. I have never done this and said action.
I've never done that. Film is hard work. All you guys see is the end result.
That's what I'm agreeing with
you. And then we all, not including me, we become critics.
Oh,
right?
There we go.
So you're criticizing something I did from nothing to something, and you're criticizing it, and then you're comparing it to
something big budget,
to Disney. To everybody you're talking about in the Oscars, which some of those are even shit. You could be in the Oscars with a $5 million film. Look at Get Out, right? That was $5 million. It made $300 million. That was a great. Why? It was a great script.
You know what? I'm gonna stop trolling you because I've been trolling.
Don't diss the urban filmmakers because they're making a black experience, whether it's street, love story,
good
comedy. Or drama. So you can't diss us. It's hard work. And I know you're not dissing like that. You're just saying you're putting us in a bucket. You're putting us in a bucket. And then you go around and you look at a Sony film and say, this is great. No.
Different bucket.
Let me give you
different bucket, bro. Different bucket, bro. Them motherfuckers buy our shit too.
Let me be serious for a moment. Because I've been
Shut up, Ken.
I've been trolling with the Negro movie, and yes, we want our money.
I'm sorry?
No, we keep. No,
okay.
So what I'm saying is, and I don't know if any of you in here have seen this movie, right? And this is what I'm saying. Maybe late 90s, right? There was a movie. I forget the name of the writer. It was called Have Plenty.
Okay.
Yeah.
Right?
Okay. Great film.
The movie, but it was low budget.
Great film.
Right? It was low budget, but it was well written. It was funny. It was humorous.
Done well.
Like it was, it didn't have a whole bunch. It didn't have a whole bunch of high profile actors in it and all of that stuff. You can tell that there was care put into the creation of it.
Okay.
And my critique, seriously, and not just trolling on the Negro movies, is that it doesn't seem like the care has been put
in some of these films.
Like we're in mumble rap lane, and we didn't learn how to count a bar yet. That's.
May I? You're absolutely correct.
And it's not all movies.
You're absolutely correct, and that's what separates the good urban films from the bad urban films. The good urban films And I master bad urban films in terms of knowing where they go. They go to certain distribution companies. I won't name their names, but there are a slew of bad urban films. And I sit there and watch them and I cringe. I'm like, ooh. But that's why I started my career. But my shit was quality,
No,
even
but
though it was down
you
there.
nailed it. You nailed it. You nailed it when you said the point of to create anything in this vein, to create something from nothing. There's a respect level that needs to be given, regardless of whether it's good, bad, indifferent, because that's hard. And the other point you said, which is major, is don't sit back here and when an urban movie maker wants to make a movie. Let's say there's a bad black superhero movie because the guy wants to make a superhero movie, and you sit back and say, well, that's not fair. That's horrible compared to Spider-Man. Like, that's not even the same planet.
Right.
That's not even the same plan of conversation. Okay, that starts off with a certain budget. It starts off with a certain energy. Starts off with a certain idea plan. They got a comic book character that's been around for 75 years plus to build off of. Whereas we're trying to build something for ourselves, if you will, by making a black superhero. And then we're trying to attack it. So that point is very. Again, that's one of the reasons why you're here. You follow me? Because that's what's not being explained. That's not what's being understood. This is what we want them to kind of rectify and understand kind of moving forward. So I get that.
I mean, I don't. The book, he's talking about urban genre and being everything urban being bad. I don't look at it like that. I look at it as, yes, you have to mine into the good stuff. And not everything is good. There's a lot of bad, crappy shit out there. But one of my film professors once told me, they said, if you have something, they said, if you have a film with a beginning, middle, and an end, it's going to sell. Beginning, middle, and an end, you're going to sell it regardless whether it's crappy or not. You're going to sell it because somebody's going to buy it and somebody's going to sell it. Somebody's going to buy it and then that person's going to sell it. So that's why there's so much crap out there. And then with the internet, it's even more prevalent that shit is crap out there. It's a lot of crap out there. But there's a lot of good films out there.
No, I think that's.
He brought up Have Plenty. Have Plenty was a done well film, done by somebody who was classically trained to shoot films. Right. So back to what you were saying. You asked me to break down. You asked something to break down situations in terms of the film. What's the most important parts of the film? It's the writing. It's the production. Most people think it's the acting. No, it's the writing, the production, and the post. I think, right? But I know for sure it's the writing. I pay attention to the writing, the production, and the post. You asked me earlier, what do you think is most? Those are the three main facets of a film. And if you can nail those, chances are you're gonna have a good film. I don't think everything with black people is an urban film. That's ridiculous, right? There's a lot of good stuff out there. I think he's looking at the budgets. He's looking at the talent. And he's looking at the experience that are not all there. My third film, I remember I had no money. To do a film with money, to do a film with money, to start talking to a film with money, say, oh, you got money to do a film? $3 million. Start with $3 million right now, nigga. Start at $3 million. My film that went to Lionsgate, same distribution as Tyler Perry, cost $120,000. It was low budget, but Lionsgate still bought it. Why? Because it was a good beginning, middle, and an end. Tyler Perry was on the other side of the hallway.
I contribute to the fact that it's no different than, I'm using music analogies so we can go back and forth a little bit, okay? It's no different than saying Hall & Oates is making R&B records, right? Watch. If you want to contribute it and critique it, like, well, why are they making Blue Eyed Soul? But I'm just saying it's good music.
Right.
Okay? I'm not sitting back and saying what they're. I'm not like I remember my mother was mad at this. My mother was mad because Hall & Oates went on tour with the Temptations.
Oh shit.
She was not okay. Okay. She's like, I don't want them white boys nowhere near my Melvin, because she was a big fan of Melvin. Either way, the Temptations.
Like, I can hear your mother.
Okay. She was just not okay with that. But I had to tell her, like, yeah, but you can't be mad, Mom, because Sarah Smile, you was just singing Sarah Smile like 4 days ago. Those are them same white boys. Okay, the same. You used to wake me up out of bed and say, "Get ready for work," and take care of school. Be a man eater, like the song. That's you liking those white boys. So the music is the music is the music. So I get your point. The film is the film is the film. Don't look at what you see visually and put it in a cultural box, right? Beginning, middle, and end, right? That type of thing, and it takes the blinders off, not necessarily culturally, but how you should be perceiving it from the front door. So I get that.
Look. If it does this, it's going to sell to any distribution
That's
company.
scary. So again, for those that are watching, just do not take that analogy when it comes to music, please. Okay, film is fine. Music, hell no. Keep going.
What? Listen, if it makes
otherwise we're gonna get Cotton Eye Joe and Little Nas X for the rest of our damn lives.
You're gonna keep getting that, bro. It's gonna get worse.
No, okay.
You got the Island Boys. We think about the Island. Watch this.
We are going to edit the shit out of this right now. We're not giving it to the culture.
Okay.
Not giving it to the culture.
Hold on.
Not doing it.
Listen.
Hell no.
Listen.
Back, remember this one, Lou?
Listen.
Hell never.
We're going to music real quick.
Nope.
You like the Island Boys?
Never.
Do you know who it is?
Don't give a shit.
You don't care?
Nope.
You better pay attention.
Not going
because
to.
they're gonna be the next thing on your motherfucking radio and on your fucking
because
eyes.
it's the next. And because it's
You
the
guys
next.
don't
Here we
follow
go.
the
Here
new
we go.
shit.
Just
That's the
like
problem.
so now coming
That's the
back.
problem.
So now coming back
Just
to the.
forget about the music industry, 'cause you have nothing to do with it no more.
No. That's well.
You have
First of
nothing to do with it no
all, first
more.
of all, you're
You have nothing
beyond.
to do with it.
Again, you're beyond wrong. But let's come back again. Okay. Let's come back again. Okay. The point is that
Island
success.
You know the Island Boys are.
Success doesn't necessarily mean culturally relevant, because if that's the case, we can say. Well, I'm gonna give you a good point, okay? Because we can sit back here and say, let me think of a real good one. Okay, we can sit back here and a hip hop fan and say, be careful, guys, be careful. That damn rapping Duke song is gonna be huge. That damn rapping Duke song is gonna be huge. That daha, you're gonna have white people across the country saying hip hop's the best. And it was a huge record. Culturally, it's considered a complete fuck up and should have never, ever existed. So being big does not mean culturally relevant.
Never said it does. You're absolutely right. And guess what? That doesn't negate the fact that that's still going to be big and they're using hip hop as a catalyst.
So Kenny. Wait, Kenny, Lou,
Yeah,
watch this. Kenny,
I
Lou.
agree.
I think once you get past the middle of this camera, go to the other side, there's something in that chair that causes people to think that commercialization at its biggest level must be the mainstream way we think about things. Otherwise, I swear to God, we be talking about Heartbreak Anniversary compared to I Want You Again. But it's a different conversation. And Lou is chuckling because he's like, am I not goddamn right on this one? And Kenny got his head down because he's like, I was here for the first 3 of these. Listen, why we been doing all of this?
No, we gotta keep going.
Why we been doing all this? Okay, we've been smelling food for the past hour. Okay, and I'm laughing because our good friend Joe Kelly is saying, Lou, remember last time we saw Joe Kelly? He's like, when we gonna eat? Remember that? Right. He shows up from out of town and we have food on tap. So everybody, we're gonna as we end this podcast, we're gonna get down with Tasteful Cravings. Look them up on IG. That's my girl Katia. She's doing her thing, and trust me, I'm gonna say this, and Joe Kelly just gonna nod his head. Right? You ain't seen a spread like this up in here.
Facts.
With a person looking like they damn near want to rent out the back room, put a hole in the window, and so there's a drive-through. Okay, so we're gonna take care of Tasteful Cravings. Take care of Cravings. Tasteful Cravings. Continue. Did I say it right? Tasteful Cravings on IG. We're gonna partake. This industry room number 4080, bro.
Yo,
Love you.
love you too, man. We have fun.
Okay. If it's one thing we define today, right, and we're gonna split this up when it comes in, right? If Negro movies becomes a thing, we hashtag we copy on that
understand.
one. Okay, we'll come and get them. But wait. Watch this. Watch my example for him though. But if it becomes real big, it makes a lot of money.
What?
If it becomes big, it makes a lot of money. Does it really matter?
Yo, listen.
Go ahead, finish it up.
Check me out beef_stew_berg at Instagram or John Stu Facebook.
All right, we're gonna get something to eat here. Joe Kelly, thank you for coming and hanging out with us. Good to see you, bro.
Yeah,
All
buddy.
right, Ken, thanks for being quiet in the corner, bro. Appreciate you, bro. Lou.
Big shout out to Spence.
Oh yeah, Spence. Oh, can I say Jim? Am I gonna get in trouble?
You can say Jim. Tone Capone.
Lil Bill. I can say that too.
Lil Bill.
All right, I can say that too.
Oh,
All right,
shoot.
okay. Then that's now we look like the Innovate rap video, and that's stupid. So we're not doing that. So we're done. Okay. Industry number 4080. Remember this one thing. Lightness. Oh my Jesus, you got me all over the place.
Good.
Lou's gonna edit the crap out of this. All right, here we go. Light and darkness cannot coexist at the same time. So if you're ever gonna choose to be the light. Talk to you guys later.
Peace.